Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Silver Surge Sports Enthusiast and Pop Culture channel. I am always your host, Silver Surge, and tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about Super Smash Bros. Reveals that are left, and everything that we're missing, and all the hype, the speculation, all that stuff. The reason for that is because we're getting a lot closer to the reveal of the final roster, and there's a lot of leaks that are floating around the internet. There's a lot of speculation and people saying this and that, and I just want to give my 2 cents on what I think and how that's going to all transpire in the next few months. Now, I don't have any credibility. I'm just a fan. I don't have any sources like these people on 4chan are claiming, but I think I can give a pretty good idea of what to expect in the game based on everything I've been reading. And I think I can give a pretty honest, realistic prediction of what I expect to happen. Now, before I start, Sakurai did come out in a press conference and talk about how he says the reveal of characters is going to start slowing down in the next couple months. But I don't see that actually happening. I'm sorry, Sakurai, but you're full of shit. He said we're going to know every single character before the launch. Now, I know that doesn't include DLC, but for the base roster, you're going to cram out all of your characters in 2 months, and yeah, how are you going to do that by slowing down on characters? I don't see that happening. I'm calling your bluff, Sakurai. So anyway, I have my list of characters I believe will be getting in. I could be wrong, that's why it's a prediction. And I believe this will happen. I don't know it will happen, but that's just what I think. And then I'll get into the stages I think will be in and a little bit more from there. So let's dive right in. The first of the newcomers that I think are left to be adding to the game is Incineroar. And he would be our 7th gen Pokemon representative. We still need another Pokemon representative. And all the leakers everywhere across the internet have been speculating and saying that Incineroar is supposedly in. And that all came after the most famous leaker, who's given us all of our accurate information that we've gotten so far, named Verjoden. And he says that Incineroar has indeed been confirmed as a character. And now everybody's piggybacking off that and saying Incineroar, Incineroar, Incineroar. But, I mean, I just believe it now just because everyone's saying it now. There's not one person who's giving speculation on that different Pokemon now. Early thoughts were that we were going to get the Decidueye, which I think would have been a cooler choice because we need a grass representative. And we have Charizard, even though he's with the Pokemon Trainer Trio again. And then we have Greninja for water, but we don't have any grass. And I think Decidueye would have been a perfect choice. Everybody in North America loves Decidueye. He's this grass ghost archer thing, and it's just so badass. But, unfortunately, the Japanese fan base takes higher precedence than we do because, Sakurai is Japanese, and that's where he lives, and that's where he develops the game. So I believe that's why Incineroar is going to get in instead of Decidueye. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Incineroar. He was the Pokemon I picked during my Sun and Moon adventures for Pokemon Sun and Moon because I always like to choose fire. Very rarely do I go away from fire. In Gen 5, I didn't pick Tepe because it's a freaking fire pig. That was stupid. But that was really it. I typically don't shy away from the fire. I'm a fire type guy. So I always picked Litten, and then I evolved it all the way to Incineroar. So anyway, I believe Incineroar is our first representative, and it makes sense because he's a wrestling Pokemon, and Super Smash Bros. It's a fighting game. Take note, Sakurai. Why Isabelle? Anyway, so you've got a wrestling Pokemon. It just makes a ton of sense. So that's my first one. The second one I believe is going to be Skull Kid. And from Legend of Zelda. And the reason I believe that is because there's a lot of evidence pointing to it. Now, most people are trying to point towards this supposed troll by Sakurai in the last Smash Direct, where he was ending the video, and there was these 2 chairs behind him that were colored in Skull Kid's color scheme. And I'm like, that's stupid. It's chairs. Now, I understand Sakurai makes stupid little troll hints and stuff like that, and people overanalyze the shit out of things, but it's chairs. I'm not buying that. That I'm not buying. But I do have other reasons to believe it's Skull Kid. Because the assist trophies that were being shown in the last Direct, Skull Kid is mysteriously missing. And now we have another Legend of Zelda assist trophy. We have the Moon. And so it's like, okay, so Skull Kid's no longer an assist trophy. You haven't shown or talked about him. And then when you talked about the music references for Legend of Zelda specifically, he showed it on the screen. There were 3 tracks missing from the Legend of Zelda collection. And they were all slotted where Skull Kid's tracks used to be in the previous version. So it's like, oh, that's interesting. So his tracks are gone. He's no longer there as an assist trophy. What does that mean? So some people are speculating that he's going to be a boss character in this new adventure mode called Spirits Mode that people assume is what it's going to be. I shouldn't say that's what's going to happen, but people assume this new game mode called Spirits Mode is going to be a game mode, or an adventure mode. But I think it's more likely that he'll be a character. I really, really do. And I think he would have a fantastically awesome moveset. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Legend of Zelda fan. I have friends who are bigger fans than I am. I'm more of a casual Legend of Zelda fan, but I have some hardcore friends who would be ecstatic for that. And I really want him to be in just because I think he'd be unique. But yeah, so I think Skull Kid will be getting in. I think Incineroar will be getting in for Pokemon. My third character, I believe, will be Isaac from Golden Sun. And the reason I believe that is because there's been a couple of hints, not as strong evidence as Skull Kid, but there was a visual, there was a game shot that showed a Rathalos monster from Monster Hunter. It's a boss in Smash Bros. That was confirmed, facing off against Link, Marth, and Shulk. And it's positioned in a way that references Golden Sun. And it's a small, little thing. It could be people grasping at straws, but I don't know. That seems like the kind of troll thing Sakurai would do. I just think it's time for Golden Sun to get a representative because that series is dead. It's been 8 years, and it really needs a boost, and getting Isaac in the game would be the perfect way to do that. Plus, as an added bonus, Golden Sun, they were at the top of the charts in the Smash Bros. Ballot request form to get Isaac in the game. I think he was like the 3rd or 4th highest requested character. You had, Ridley, you had King K. Rool, and then you had Geno, and then I think, and then you had Isaac. So I think Isaac's getting in. People are starting to lose faith because Sakurai said, "Don't expect too many more characters," and we're slowing down on reveals. But I'm pretty confident that Isaac's gonna get in. So that would make my third reveal, or prediction. And then fourth is obvious. I'm predicting the Square Enix character that everybody's been rumored about is Geno. Everybody and their mother wants Geno. Why? I don't know. He's been in one freaking Mario game in like 20 years, an RPG Mario game. This little wooden doll, though, is so ridiculously popular in the Smash community for unknown reasons. Everybody wants him. I might be the only one who doesn't, honestly, but I don't care. Like, I'll be happy with him. I'm not gonna complain if Geno gets in, but I don't have any hype for him though. But I think that, yeah, Geno will be the last one, and not just because he's so heavily requested by Smash community fans, but Sakurai even said he wanted to put him in the game. He gave a couple interviews after Brawl came out that he said he wanted to incorporate and add him to the Brawl series, but he couldn't get to it. And then in Smash 4, he gave him a Mii fighter costume, and a lot of characters that have been getting turned into fighters, a la K. Rool, Chrom, have been given Mii fighter costumes in the past game. Now, interestingly enough, Geno's Mii fighter costume was given splash art. And that's weird because no other Mii fighter costume was highlighted in that way when they were revealed in Smash 4. And splash art is only used for when new characters are revealed. So when a new character trailer comes out and it shows the announcement of that character, they freeze frame with a splash art and a little writing next to it. So why would you give that to Geno's Mii fighter specifically? So I think he had something in store for him that early on. I think Geno's getting in. So those are my 4 characters. I believe Incineroar from Pokemon. I believe Isaac from Golden Sun. I believe Skull Kid from Legend of Zelda. And then Geno from Square Enix is getting in. Now, for Echo Fighters, I think the first one's obvious. I believe Ken from Street Fighter is getting in. I have seen so much speculation, so much claims, and even Vergaben said that he's getting in for sure, too. There's been a supposed leak that's been floating around the internet that showed a picture of him in a debug menu with, like, Pac-Man and Pichu, and I don't remember, there was another character. But anyway, it shows his, like, he's taunting, and his foot's going through the stage. They're like, oh, that's really hard to, like, fake, and, why would someone, fake him putting his foot through the stage? Because it's on, like, Moray Towers, I think, and I don't know how much I believe that picture. Like Game Explain and other famous YouTube Nintendo prediction channels or discussion channels, I should say, they think it's credible. They think it's real. But I'm skeptical. I don't believe it. I think he's getting in. There's no question. I just don't think that picture's real. It looks hokey. It looks really freaking hokey, and I don't think it's real. I could be wrong. That could be real, but to me, I think it's fake. But anyway, so yeah, but Ken's the ultimate Echo. He's the ultimate clone. He's the original clone. And personally, I wouldn't be really overly hyped for him because I don't play Street Fighter, but I know others who do and would be, so I'm okay with it. So I think, yeah, Ken's obviously going to get in. That's just everything's pointing to him getting in as an Echo fighter for Ryu. Second's another obvious choice, Shadow the Hedgehog from Sonic, and Shadow's pretty self-explanatory. He's another freaking hedgehog. He's just a color swap of Sonic to make an Echo fighter. It's that easy. But he's like, I don't know, he's really heavily requested. I want him really bad too because I love Shadow. And you only have to change up a few things really because Sonic's he's running whereas Shadow glides. Give him a gun and give him chaos control as his final smash, and then bam, there you go. There's your Echo of Shadow the Hedgehog. And I really do believe Shadow's getting in, not just because of all the fans who want him and requested him getting in, but again, the same reasons for Skull Kid. His assist trophy is now mysteriously missing, and the Sonic assist trophy we have in his place is Knuckle, the Echidna. So it's like, okay, so Shadow's gone and Skull Kid's gone, but we have new assist trophies in their place. So it's like, that's weird. So it's kind of suspicious. So everybody's assuming at this point that Shadow's getting in. I'd be willing to bet money that Shadow's getting in as an Echo fighter, if not a full-fledged character. But I think it's more likely he'll be an Echo. So yeah, so there's Echo of Ken from Street Fighter of Ryu, Shadow of Sonic. So we're getting Shadow and Ken. And then I think the third choice is going to be Medusa from Kid Icarus Uprising. Sakurai's the developer of Kid Icarus Uprising, so it makes a ton of sense already, given how he's the developer of Smash and Kid Icarus. But there's been a lot of talk about Medusa lately. There wasn't at the beginning, but it's really picked up in the last 3 weeks. She'd be a perfect Palutena Echo fighter because she already has her color palette on one of Palutena's alternate costumes in Smash 4, so she's already been hinted at and referenced anyway. And, like I said, we could use more Kid Icarus Uprising. That'll give us our fourth representative, because we already have Pit, we have Dark Pit as an Echo fighter, and then we have Palutena. So I think with this whole villains versus heroes theme that's going on with Smash, Medusa would be a perfect addition to the cast of characters for Smash. So I'm not sold that she's officially happening, but I think I'm comfortable enough picking that choice that I think she's got a great chance. I think her odds are really good. The last one's pretty obvious too. Some people are on the fence about this one. They think it's not happening because they're too new. But I think the Octolings from Super Smash Brothers, or not from Splatoon, excuse me, are gonna get in. They're literally hair swaps of the Inklings from Splatoon. You just change their hairstyle, and then bam, there you go. So I think Octolings are getting in. If not as base roster Echoes, they will definitely be DLC. I'd be hard-pressed to believe that they won't be getting in. So there you have it. My 8 total characters, the 4 newcomers, Geno, Skull Kid, Isaac, and Incineroar. My Echoes, Ken, Shadow, Medusa, and the Octolings. So that's what I think is going to happen. I know they're safe picks, but I really just think, I'm not going above and beyond these crazy, ridiculous predictions. I really think that's just pretty easy. I know they're assumed characters. I know they're not like what the F characters, but I really think that Sakurai's just trying to please the fans this time, and I really do honestly believe he's going to do that. I trust that word, and I think he's going to go with these characters. I am not saying that other characters I didn't mention will not get in. I think there's a high probable chance that I can make it in this DLC, but we'll see. For the stages, we had a Core leak from the Japanese video game magazine say that we have 108 stages coming. Now, they are very rarely wrong. They don't usually misprint. So everyone is fully believing now that there's 108 stages, because we got 103 revealed to us. Now, those 5 stages, I think the first is going to be a lighthouse stage for Isaac, either Mercury or Venus lighthouse, and then I think Geno's getting Forest Maze as a stage. For the third stage, I think we're getting a Pokemon stage. Everybody's saying Poke Floats 2. and that's what's been speculated and leaked, supposedly. But I know it's a popular stage, but I think we're getting something new. I think, honestly, I'm going to throw a dart at this one and say we're going to get Aether Paradise from Sun and Moon series. And that's going to work like with the Ultra Wormhole that's going to show off Ultra Beasts too. And that'll be kind of cool because that'll be Incineroar's new home stage. And that would be really fun, to be completely honest. I would love that. So I think I'm going to go on a limb and say Aether Paradise will be a third stage. The fourth stage is going to be a little bit different. I think that we're going to get like a Nintendo Celebration of Smash Bros. Type of stage. Now, I don't really know how to describe it other than I think it's going to like showcase like travel through time through the first variant of Smash Bros. 64, through Melee, into Brawl, and then the 3DS and Wii U versions, and then Ultimate. I think it's going to be like a celebration of Smash Bros. Themed stage. Now, whether that's like variants of Final Destination all coming together, Battlefields, or whatever, I just think we're getting like a celebration of Smash stage. And then the fifth stage, I think, is going to depend on one of two things. If we get Banjo-Kazooie, which a lot of people are speculating as another character from third-party representative, I think it'll be Banjo-Kazooie's Twisted Mountain, and that'll be packaged DLC after the game launches, of course. Or I think we're going to get a Minecraft stage. Now, a lot of people have been speculating, Vergaben included, saying we're getting Minecraft content, and a couple of people are even saying so far as to saying we're getting Minecraft Steve as a character. And I'm sorry, but I do not want Steve as a character. He is retarded choice. He's a stupid choice for a character. He's a block with arms. I know that Microsoft has gotten a lot of popularity with Minecraft, and I can see how it could work because they made Game & Watch work, but it just does not belong in Smash. Minecraft Steve should not be a character. I wouldn't mind him as an assist trophy, but that's the limit. No, I do not want him as a character. If he gets in as a character, then I completely retract my hatred for Isabelle, and that will all be pushed on to Steve. I can't stand the fact of Steve from Minecraft getting a character slot in Super Smash Bros. And if that happens, I'm going to be very upset. I'm not going to let it deter me from buying and enjoying the game, obviously. I'll just never play as him. But I think there's more characters deserving in that slot than Steve from Microsoft. So I believe, personally, that we're getting a Minecraft stage and or an item. That's our Minecraft representation. I don't care what Vergaben or any other leakers say. I don't believe Steve's coming to Smash, and I really hope I'm right on that one at least, because I'd be so disappointed if Steve becomes a character. So that's my predictions for characters and stages, and my hatred for Steve. And then, last but not least, the Spirits mode, I'm really intrigued about. I've been seeing a lot of speculation and rumors about it being a new adventure mode-esque Subspace Emissary fusion hybrid thing. And I really hope that's the case because everybody's been dying for a new adventure mode. Ever since we got Subspace Emissary, we got really let down in 4. They didn't really give us an adventure mode of any sorts. It was just like, oh man, you went from this amazing, beautiful story to nothing. So we got Smash Run, but that was the extent of a story mode, and that was nothing. It's more like a little mini game. But yeah, so I am really excited for Spirits mode, especially if they have the boss character thing coming back again, like in Subspace, because you had Porky from Earthbound, you had Rayquaza, however you freaking pronounce it, from Pokemon as another one of your boss characters. You had Taboo, you had so many boss characters. It was really cool. And then you had a lot of villain characters that make up the Subspace Emissary. So Adventure mode, Spirits mode is supposedly, like, from what people have been saying, the spirits of characters are being stolen by the villains, and it's up to them to get them back. And once you get back the spirits of these characters, that's supposedly how you unlock characters in the game. I don't know how much there is to that as far as truthfulness, but I think that would be awesome. And then the very last thing I want to touch on is alternate costumes are a strong rumor that I've been floating around. And I think it would be fantastic if Sakurai finally includes alternate costumes, because that would give even more characters a chance to get in the game as costumes. Maybe not as characters or echoes, but they'll be showcased as a skin. And that would be so great, and I've been actually wanting that since Smash Bros. Actually, just the last Smash Bros. I really wanted that incorporate. I think that would be a fantastic idea. Like, there's so many ideas you could incorporate. You could do like Metal Sonic. You could do Dry Bowser for the Bowser. You could do Nintendo for NES. You could do Miss Pac-Man for Pac-Man. And an Armored Mewtwo from Pokemon the first movie would be amazing. I would love that so much. And then Hyrule Warriors Ganondorf with the long locks. Ah, God, that would drive me crazy. That's my favorite version of Ganondorf. No offense to the Ocarina of Time model that they brought back. I mean, it looks really cool, don't get me wrong. But I've always, number one, first and foremost, the Hyrule Warriors variant of Ganondorf is the best, in my opinion. So yeah, alternate costumes and skins would be fantastic, and I really hope they follow through on that, because that would be such a cash cow too. Even as paid DLC, people will buy it. They've already confirmed there's alternate costumes, at least of a couple characters, because Ridley's got his Mecha Ridley costume, and then Yoshi's got his Yoshi's Crafted World costume. So yeah, there's so much opportunity for Sakurai and Nintendo to take advantage of this. If they add not only DLC characters, but DLC costumes and alternate skins. Like, can you imagine how long this will last with that? Oh man, there's limitless possibilities. Limitless! Oh god, I'm getting a headache just thinking about how many character possibilities you could have. It's nuts. But that's why they call it Super Smash Ultimate, because he's pulling out all the stops. So I fully believe he'll do something like that. And that would make it perfect. The game is already perfect, but that would make it even more perfect. So anyway, the last thing I'll say, and then I'm going to wrap up because this video is over 20 minutes, and I really need to cut it back. DLC characters. I think Banjo-Kazooie. I think Rex and Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And they'll be paired together like a Popo and Nana Ice Climbers type thing. And then I think will be... What else could I see us getting? I hope Black Shadow comes in from F-Zero. Captain Falcon really needs a representative. Bad. And I actually even want that in the base roster, even though I didn't predict it. I'm hoping that will be in the base roster. I don't think it'll be base, but I hope it is. And I hope that's why they left out Mute City from Melee, because that was another one of my favorite Melee stages, and I'm really sad that didn't make the cut. In 103 stages, they didn't bring back that. They bring back an NES version of it, which is stupid, but... Yeah, showcasing Black Shadow and Mute City would make my heart sing. Like, I'm already satisfied, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be, greedy. So I got Ridley and I got Fountain of Dreams. Those are the two things I wanted the most, but that would be a fantastic finish. So we'll see, guys. But anyway, thank you for watching this extremely longer version of my Smash Bros. Takes. I hope you have a great evening. I hope you enjoy my content. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button at the very bottom of the screen. Top would find you the exit menu. At the bottom of the screen, and I will continue pumping out more content as I have time. And yeah, if you're a Nintendo fan, like and subscribe. If you're a Smash fan, please make sure to like and subscribe. I talk about mainly sports and stuff on this channel, but I'm also a huge Nintendo nerd too, so I'm never shy about sharing my opinions on Nintendo stuff. So, alright guys, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, have a good evening, and I will talk to you next time. God bless.